Students, my name is Masood Alam and I am English teacher and teacher's trainer, and as far as my qualification is concerned, I am Master of Philosophy in English Literature. Today I am going to discuss a very important topic. I think the topic that will help the listeners and the learners how to write English in a better way. The subject-verb agreement. This is the topic. Learners and the listeners, please put your attention that subjects and verbs must agree with one another in number, singular or plural. If the subject is singular, the verb should also be singular, and if the subject is in plural form, the verb should also be in plural form. Thus, if a subject is in singular, its verb must also be singular. Viewers and the listeners, I will request you that as I am just moving my cursor on the page, you will put your eyes on the page and you will see how the cursor is moving to and fro, and moreover you will just listen what I am going to produce side by side the viewing. So your attention needs two kinds of attention. I would like to from you visual activity and the listening activity. Both should be present there. So thus, if a subject is singular, its verb must also be singular, and if a subject is plural, its verb must also be plural form. One thing I would just like to you to keep remember, that is that verb, if there is an addition of s or es with a verb, you should not think that this is the verb is in plural form. As you know that some of the nouns you add s or es or ies to form in plural, but here verb in verb form, the things are different. So if there is a s or es addition to verb, it will be called, or it will be considered as singular, not as plural. But if there is only first form of the verb, it will be considered as in plural form. So you will just keep in mind these two things that I have just told you, because this just creates a confusion between the listeners and the viewers, that they just consider that they put the same theory with the nouns and the verb as well. Now I just put your attention towards the next thing. The next line is the nouns add an s to the singular form, but verbs remove an s from the singular form. If you add a noun, suppose here is a sentence, the dog chases the cat. The dog is in singular form and s is minus, it means this is a singular noun. While the chase is this is a verb, not a noun. And as I have already told you that there is s or es addition to this verb, it will be called as a singular verb. So singular is following by singular. As I just told you that subjects and the verbs must agree with one another. So here in this sentence, the subject and verb are just agreeing with one another. And in the other sentence, just put your attention towards the other sentence and put your attention on the cursor, on the movement of the cursor. The dogs chase the cat. Now the dogs, this is the noun, and the noun has been changed into plural form, and the verb has also been changed into plural form. S is added to the noun dog, and the s is subtracted from the verb. So the subject and the verb are agreeing with one another. Now come towards the 9 main subject-verb agreements. Number 1 is a phrase or clause between subject and the verb does not change the number of the subject. I am just going to repeat the sentence. A phrase, what is a phrase? A phrase is a group of words. And clause has a subject, verb and an object. It's a kind of simple sentence. A phrase or a clause between subject and verb does not change the number of subjects. For example, now you will come to know what this sentence is going to tell you. A can of lima beans sits on the shelf. Now, of lima beans, this is a prepositional phrase. A can is basically the subject. Now, the subject here is singular and the verb is also singular. It means when there is an addition of s to a verb, it is a singular and the subject is can. You will not put your attention that lima beans and this is the lima beans, so these are in plural form, so there should not be s in addition to the verb. A can of lima beans sits on the shelf. It means to say that you will consider can as a subject, not of lima beans as a subject. Of lima beans is basically a prepositional phrase, so you will exclude this prepositional phrase from the subject. A can sits on the shelf. This is the one sentence, main sentence that you will put your attention on. A can of lima beans sits on a shelf. Now the verb sits agrees with the subject can, not with the beans. I just told you that you will not consider beans as a noun. You will consider can as a noun because this is a can and whatever the can has, it has no concern with the subject. So the verb sits agrees with the subject can, not with the beans. Now here, the women who went to the meeting were bored. Now who went to the meeting? Now the meeting is in singular form and the women, this noun is in plural form. Now you will consider subject in plural form and you will just use verb as a helping verb or a verb that is in plural form as well. You will not say that the women who went to the meeting was bored. This should be in, if you think that there is a meeting is singular, meeting is in singular and you will just use was. No, you will not use was because subject is the women, not who went to the meeting. This is basically a dependent clause. It means the women just depend on the clarification then who went to the meeting. Who were the women who went to the meeting? Meeting is in singular form, but subject is here is women, and in the other sentence, the former sentence, the subject was can and can was in singular, so here the subject is in plural form, so you will use were, not was. Okay, now we come towards the second thing, the second rule. Second rule is indefinite pronouns as subjects. Now indefinite pronoun, it means the pronoun that is not known. Nobody, somebody, everybody, anybody, each one. So these are anyone, these are the indefinite pronouns. Singular indefinite pronoun subjects take singular verb. Here are the examples of indefinite pronoun: each, either, neither, one, no one. I can give you the example. If you are a teacher and just you are in the class and you ask some of the students, you do not just pronounce the name of the students that Aslam just go and bring a glass of water here. When you will say like this, Aslam will stand up and we will go to take a glass of water. But if you say that please bring a glass of water, so one of the class member, one of the class student will stand up and will go to bring a glass of water, and you, because you did not mention any student, so anyone, someone or somebody or everyone, among everyone, someone will go and bring a glass of water. And this is the thing that is why these are called the indefinite pronouns. So indefinite pronouns as subjects. Now what is the rule? Singular indefinite pronoun subjects take singular verb. Now here are the sentence. Put your attention students, put your attention towards this yellow sentence. Each, the sentence with a yellow background. Each does a good deal of work around the office. Each does a good deal of work around the office. Now here each is singular. Each mean anyone. Among two, one. Among two, anyone. Each is a word that is often used as among two person, each other. The thing, this agreement is between two, is between or you can say that they are conversing with each other, and if the sentence is spoken before you, you will consider that there are two persons. And if you say that the conversation is going on, and you will just say that so here each is basically a singular verb. It means there will be one among two persons. Each does a good deal of work around the office. So does here is work will be considered as a verb. So here do, there is addition of es with the verb, whether this is called a helping verb, but sometimes helping verb does work of a verb. Here in the sentence the helping verbs are doing the job of a verb. So each does a good deal of work around the sentence. So now we come towards the next thing. The plural indefinite pronoun subjects take plural verbs. Now here what are the plural things? Plural verbs: several, few, both, many. And if you put your attention towards the singular one, each, either, neither, no one, and nobody, nothing, these are the singular verbs. So I just take you towards the second next page so that you can see what's going on here. Both do a good deal of work around the office. Now see, when there are both is the subject is in plural form, so we have emitted es that was earlier with each. Here just put your attention towards each does. Now here you see that both do a good deal of work around the office. Some indefinite pronouns may be singular, either singular or plural with uncountable use singular, with countable use plural. Oh, this is a very interesting thing, that some indefinite pronouns may be either singular or plural. With uncountable, if those indefinite pronouns be uncountable, or you will use singular, and with countable you will use plural. Now we come to the sentence. Some of the sugar is on floor. Now sugar is basically an uncountable noun. So for uncountable you will consider some as singular, and you will treat the verb as singular as well. Use the verb. You will not use some of the sugar are on the floor. You will use some of the sugar is on the floor. Why you will use? Because sugar is basically is uncountable noun. So for uncountable noun, some will be considered as singular. And here in the sentence, some of the marbles. Now here the marbles is basically is a countable noun. So here some will be considered as plural form. And some of marbles are on the floor, you will use are in place of is. So now come towards the third rule. The compound subjects joined by and are always plural form. Joined by and, the compound subjects. What are the compound subjects? Mean a subject, a pencil and an eraser. These two are basically singular words, nouns, but now they will be considered as, because there is a addition of and, mean conjunction. Now you will consider these both singular will just be shown as plural form, considered as or treated as plural form. A pencil and an eraser, now singular. When two singulars combine with and, they become plural, and now you will use a plural verb as well. A pencil and an eraser make writing eraser. Now come towards the fourth rule. With compound subjects joined by are, nor, the verb agrees with the subject nearer to it. Neither the director nor the actors are following the lines closely. Now here, neither the subject director is in singular, nor the actors are following the lines closely. Now here, students, it's a very interesting thing. Here in the sentence, there is a use of nor, but before nor, there is the director is in singular form, and after nor, this noun is in plural form. And here, in this situation, you will consider the actors, the predecessor, antecedent noun as plural one, and you will use plural verb as well. And here in the next sentence, neither the actors, now the actors have been replaced by replaced by director, and director is replaced as actor. Neither the actors nor the director is following the lines closely. Now you have come to know how the verb is going to change in singular from plural and from plural to singular. Now in the first form, there was the addition of and you will use plural form. But when the compound subjects joined by neither or nor, neither the compound subjects here is director and the actors, but because there is an addition of nor between these two nouns, and the second noun is, if the second noun is in plural form, you will use are, and if the second noun is in singular form and there is an addition of nor, you will use singular verb. So this is the fourth rule that I have just discussed before you. Now we come towards the fifth one. The inverted subjects must agree with the verb. Waiter, the inverted subjects must agree with the verb. What? Now put your attention towards this sentence. Waiter, there is a comma. There is a fly in my soup. Waiter, there is a fly in my soup. Now is a verb, and verb is in singular. A fly is here also a singular. The fly is a noun. Waiter, there is a fly in my soup. Now come towards the next thing, and I think the next sentence will clear the first sentence as well. There are 4 flies in my soup. There are 4 flies in my soup. So inverted subjects must agree with the verb. What is the inverted subject? Inverted subject is basically, here this is the addition of comma, and there is a fly in my soup. This is an inverted subject. This is an inverted subject. I mean the sentence is in inverted form, and because this is someone who is not present, who is not been mentioned by the writer, that who is going to ask through the waiter that there is a fly in my soup. This is basically an inverted sentence. Now inverted subjects must agree with the verb. Now here in this sentence, what is the verb? Verb is an is. And inverted subject is a fly, not there. Fly is also in inverted form, and inverted subjects must agree with the verb. Now fly is in singular, so the verb will also be used as a singular. And here in this inverted subject, the flies are in plural form, so the verb will also be used as a plural. How are the relatives? Now relatives is in the inverted, will be considered an inverted subject, and it is in plural, so the verb will also be used as a plural. I think now you will going to comprehend what I am going to tell you. It's a very interesting topic that I am going to discuss between you with you people. I hope you will understand what I have told before you. I am just going to put your attention towards the last one in my gist lecture, the collective nouns group, jury, crowd, team, etc. may be singular or plural depending on the meaning. So now put your attention towards the sentence. Jury basically are the collective nouns. If some of the judges just combine together and they are going to decide in the case, you will say that the jury is there in the court. Now jury will be consisted of more than one judges. The jury has awarded, has, now jury is basically will be considered as singular. You will not consider collective noun here as plural form, because the subject is also there in singular form. So the jury has awarded custody to the grandmother. In this example, the jury is acting as one unit, and therefore the verb is singular. Now here in this sentence, the things are different. The jury members have been arguing for 5 days. Now in the first sentence there was only the word jury. Now here the word, there are the addition of the word members. Now you will consider this collective noun as a plural form, and you will use have, not has, in this kind of sentences. In this example, the jury members are acting as 12 individuals, therefore the verb is plural. So dear students, I think you have come to know what I have tried to tell you. You can repeat this video, and you are to just write these 6 rules. It's very important, and it will help you in writing, and it will just help you to correct your mistakes while writing in English. And if you have comprehended, just share with others as well, so that the others can also understand what has been given or has been taught in this video. Thank you very much.